Hello ladies, thanks again for joining me today. I just want to work on a little standing series with you today, and all you'll need is your mat and your block. So we'll start up here at the top of our mat. And once you're here at the top of your mat, you can set your block down and find your feet about hip width apart. We'll find hands to our hips. We'll start first with just kind of grounding into the feet. So we're going to go ahead already right here. Be nice and grounded into the feet. So feel the corners and start to maybe add a little bend into the knees and start to get strong into your legs. And then start to step your right foot back. Your back foot goes, your right foot goes back to that 45-degree angle. And our hips are still facing forward. So when I went from standing to here, my hips are still kind of in that same alignment that I started with. And we start to get really strong into our feet. So start to really check into your four corners of each of your feet. Again, my hands are just here to my hips, just kind of checking in. See, I feel good here. And if you feel good here, go ahead, bring arms into that goalpost or cactus arms. And we'll just find nice and strong. So my knee is right over my ankle here. And nice and strong and active here in my pose. A mighty pose. So lots of breath. If you prefer extending arms up overhead, that's always an option here too. If you ever feel any tingliness in the fingertips, always bring the arms right back down. Then from here, we'll start to bring our hands back to our hips. We'll start to straighten into the front leg. So we'll start to find a hinging at the hips and leading with the chest and hinging forward. But I'd like you, since you're going to have a little bit less space to move around here, just to take yourself over a little bit more over towards the right side. And it can be a little bit or a lot of it. And keep this front knee just slightly bent. And when you're ready, we'll hinge at the hips and lead with the chest. Exhale, we make our way down. So I like to pause when I start to feel a little stretch here. And then maybe going a little bit further. So maybe hands want to come down to your thighs or your shins. And maybe you'd like to take your block and bring it underneath of you. So again, make sure you're using all of this space over here on this right side. And just really notice this stretch that's all along the back of the leg. So you can stay up here, this nice straight back, or you can round and relax, relaxing your head and neck. So still kind of working on that even weight into the feet. Nice and strong here. And I have fingertips to my block, but you can always have more hands planted if you prefer it. It might give you a lot more stability here. And then slowly start to ground into the feet again. So start to feel nice and strong and sturdy. Start to engage a little bit into the abdominal wall. So kind of hug and baby in. Then one hand at a time makes its way up to your hips. Bend into the knee a little bit. Unhinge to come all the way back up to standing. We'll let the shoulders relax down. Then we'll start to open our hips open towards the right side. So I'm going to heel toe lengthen my stance a little here. Check in. We want that front knee bent again, and we want that front knee and ankle nice and lined up. And we'll reach the fingertips towards the walls. So that center of wrist, center of shoulder, best we can. Same with that back. And you can check in with that back hand. See, it's nice and straight like the front. So nice even weight into the feet. Nice and strong and active here. So you kind of notice by bringing that even weight, especially into that back foot, you might be getting a little bit more of a hip opener here. You might feel that stretch into the tops of the thighs where it connects into the hips. One more breath here. We'll add a little bit of movement, so stay strong here. We'll slowly start to relax back hand down, reach front hand up. We'll find the exhale and bring ourselves back down nice and slow. We'll do that a couple more times. We'll inhale, we'll reach up, back hand relaxes down. Exhale, we lower back down nice and slow. Once more, we'll inhale, we'll reach up. And exhale, we slowly lower back down. We'll slowly let the arms relax. And we'll heel toe that back foot in just a little, maybe about an inch. Extend those fingertips back out, then nice and strong. We'll start to reach left fingertips forward. Reach. Bend the arm at the elbow. Bring it down to the top of the thigh and extend the top arm up. Nice and open here. So those left fingertips can kind of dangle a little bit here, but keep yourself nice and strong everywhere else. So fingertips extended, crown of the head reaching up and away from that back foot, kind of really being long here. So real strong into your feet, strong into your belly. Use all of the body to bring yourself back up. Then slowly let the arms relax all the way down. Heel toe the back foot in until you can step that back foot all the way forward. We'll shift that block out of the way and we'll repeat the same thing on this side. So finding here, hands to hips. Then left foot, we're going to bend a little bit into the knees and we're going to lead with the left foot this time. So start to get strong. Left foot takes a big step back. Back foot goes to that 45-degree angle. Front knee and ankle nice and lined up. Nice and strong into feet. So really feel all those corners of the feet nice and active. Kind of draw the thighs inward just a little bit. Kind of activates all of the legs. But still keep that front knee and ankle nice and lined up. So don't draw that knee in. We want to just kind of activate the thighs inward. Then if you'd like, adding arms, maybe those cactus arms here. Nice and strong in your pose. So this is a real mighty pose. You can even get real strong into the arms here and fingers. Everything's real strong here in your pose. Then slowly let those hands kind of relax. Hands come to hips. Straighten into the front leg. And this time, we're going to fold a little bit more over into that left side this time to kind of make that space for baby. So straightening into the front leg, but remember, little bend in the knee as much as needed here. We don't ever want to lock our knees. And on the exhale, we'll hinge at the hips and lead with the chest. We hinge forward. So I like to pause here. As soon as I start to feel a good stretch, and if that feels good for you, you're ready to go a little further, maybe you'd like to take the hands down the leg, maybe up towards the top of your calf and shin. Or maybe you're ready for your block. So bring your block over here a little bit more over to the side just to make space for you, make space for baby. And that even weight into the front foot. And you choose here if you'd like to stay a little bit more upright or if you would like to round and relax. Letting the head and neck relax here as much as you choose. And we'll slowly start to make our way back up. So kind of get strong in belly, strong into feet. Hands can kind of shift up to hands to hips, unhinge to come to standing. Then that back foot is going to turn just a little bit more so that we're opening our left hip open over here. And we find that front knee and ankle nice and lined up. We find ourselves nice and strong and sturdy into the feet. So once you get a good position, you feel sturdy here, start to really get strong into the legs. So when you start to get really strong there, you start to notice a little bit more openness. This turns into a little bit more of a stretch into the hips. You can extend your fingertips when you're ready. So check in here. I just checked in. My knee was a little over my ankle here, so I just adjusted that. Sometimes if you look down, that big toe is just to the side of that front knee. That's a good way to know where it is. And see that back hand is nice and straight like the front. And just a couple of breaths here in your warrior two. Then the back hand relaxes down, the front hand extends up, finding length here. Then exhale, we'll bring it back in, back down to our warrior two. Then we'll inhale, we'll lift it up. Exhale, we slowly shift back down. The last one, we inhale, extend those fingertips up. Exhale, we come back down to your warrior two once more. Then we'll start to reach forward. Bend the arm at the elbow to bring it down to the top of the thigh. Extend the top arm up. So you're putting a lot of extra weight here on that front foot. Make sure you're nice and grounded there. Find all this length along the side of the body. You're really focusing on that space from the bottom set of ribs to the hips. And then really strong. So strong into the feet. So already start pressing into them. Belly's real strong. Make your way back up. Warrior two. Then relax those arms all the way down. Then start to reach down. Find your block. Hold it. Turn your right toes in. So find a nice wide stance. So take a second to make sure that your feet are nice and parallel. And they don't have to be at their widest. You can always adjust that once we're down. And we're going to find this nice height here. So find all this length. And then a little softness in the knees, always okay. We'll hinge at the hips, lead with the chest. Belly's strong here as you lower. And as you're lowering down, notice that block and how we're finding that tallest point. And maybe just here is where you need to be. So you can kind of draw the sits bones back a little bit. This gets a really good back stretch. And you can round and relax here as much as you'd like. If you need to take the feet a little wider to make more space for baby, I encourage it. Just find what works for you. If you're feeling good here, you'd like a little bit more stretch into the legs, walk fingertips over towards your right leg. So maybe over towards the side of your calf or shin here. Again, even weight into the foot, into your right foot in particular. And slowly we'll make our way back towards the middle. And then maybe over here towards our left leg. So making that even weight into your left foot. And slowly returning our hands back to our block. So find your block. Make sure that your eye gaze is right down at the center of your block. Then right hand comes underneath of your face, little bend in knees. And I'm going to take my feet in just a little bit because I don't want my feet to be as wide as possible. And I'm going to exaggerate the bend in my knee quite a bit, both knees. Then slowly we'll open our hearts open towards that left side. Extend left fingertips up towards the ceiling. We'll slowly, on the exhale, we'll slowly make our way down. We'll switch out the hands. Left hand under your face, right hand to the side of your block. Feet are strong, belly's strong. We'll slowly open our hearts open towards the right. In your exhale, bring yourself all the way back down, strong all the way down. And then you can relax into your pose once more. We'll slowly start to bring our hands back to our hips. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good bend in knees, unhinge. Come all the way to standing. We'll heel toe our feet in. We'll bring our hands to our bellies. And just take a moment to just check in and to just notice how you feel. And how you feel different from when you first got here on your mat today. Maybe noticing how your breath feels, or maybe your connection to your body and your breath. And thanking yourself for taking this time out of your day to nourish your body. And sending your babies love and acceptance. We will accept you just as you are whenever you're ready. Thank you very much for joining me today. I always enjoy it. Thank you.